anybody's guess as to who's going to get promoted to the Bundesliga from the Zweite tier over in Germany. Of course, Darmstadt currently leading the way, but will they still be there after the end of this round of matches? We'll get into it next. That's right, folks, back once again with another production video. Today we look forward to matchday number 28, that's right, over in the Zweite Bundesliga, and we'll get to that in just one second. If you're new, where you been, smash your subscribe and keep your bang up to date. All things Bundesliga related, that's Bundesliga 2 related, Blackburn Rovers related, world football related, we're going to all here, boys. Under one Ruski, that's right, of course, Darmstadt lead the charge, but of course, breathing down the necks, St. Pauli, that's right, but not far away are the big boys, the likes of Werder, Bremen and Schalke. They're still within touching distance of getting themselves back. At the first time of asking, of course, we'll have a look at all of it in a minute, of course. Big shout out to my VIPs. They are the patrons, guys. Thank you for your love and behind the scenes. If you want to help out the channel in another way, that is, of course, the Patreon. Check it all out down below. From as little to as much as you like. Any support for the channel does go a long, long way, believe it or not. So anyway, let's jump in the deep end, of course, and have a look at how we all got on last evening, of course, pre-mini break. Let's get into it then. Of course, Paderborn picked up a loss against Werder Bremen. 7-goal thriller going in the end for Werder Bremen. Schalke, 5-0 demolition of Erzgebirge Aue. Big win for them, of course, moving up to 4th in the tier. Jahn Regensburg, of course, they were flying high, of course, for a good part of the season, but they're now down in 8th. A 2-1 loss to Holstein. Kiel didn't help them at all anyway. Meanwhile, Ingolstadt did lose to Darmstadt, of course, remain top of the pops right there. Hansa Rostock with a 0-0 draw against Heidenheim. Hamburger SV picked up a 2-1 win over St. Pauli, who were the leaders, I think, last time around. Fortuna Düsseldorf did lose to Nürnberg. Of course, Nürnberg still within, of course, reasonable shout of getting in amongst it as well. Karlsruher, Sandhausen will do that again another time. And Hannover 96 against Dynamo Dresden was a 0-0 draw as well. Let's take a look at, of course, the state of play in the table. Here it is. Darmstadt 2 points clear over St. Pauli. We've got 2 points clearance of Werder Bremen themselves. And then it's who's guess. I realistically think anybody in 8th and above have got a realistic, maybe even 9th and above, I've got a realistic chance to make the Bundesliga next season. As for going down, it seems to be maybe, I don't know. Well, definitely Ingolstadt look toast. Erzgebirge Aue, Sandhausen. You probably could include Düsseldorf and Hansa Rostock as well. I think Hannover 96, Dynamo Dresden, Holstein, Kiel, Karlsruher are all kind of treading water. They're not going to go up, they're not going to go down. I think they're pretty much settled where they are. That's, of course, the state of play right there. What about the state of play in our own prediction league then? Of course, this is, of course, for this week and this week alone. Take about James B. FC, of course, winning this one. Fantastic stuff there. Picking up the W for yourself. 6 for you, 5 for the rest of the boys. And a big shout out to the patrons, guys. Of course, well done to you. What about the overall state of play for the second half of the season over in the Zweite Bundesliga? Well, Yannick Buster is your man right now. So, of course, take a bow for you, sir. Kicking ass and taking names. And, of course, big shout out to the VIPs, the Patreons, guys. Well done to you supporting the channel. Of course, let's take a look at, of course, the state of play with the predictor of the month. That's right, we have reached that the turning point in the season where we're trying to recap and see who did pick up the W for the month of January. Of course, the winner or winners will be announced in a second. They are the persons who have accumulated the most points over the course of the month of January. Of course, there can be multiple winners and you can win multiple months. And at the end of the season, one of those multiple winners or of those multiple months will be selected at random to be given a Amazon gift card. So here is the winner or the winners of the Bundesliga 2 for a predictor of the month for January, and that is Nanakem once again. He's running away with it. Oh, stop the count. Look at this. Look at this. Goodness gracious me. And the wall of shame. He's won the past 3. He's won 3 of the past 6. Oh, he's bloody won over 50% of the predictors of the month for the Bundesliga 2. Bloody hell, let's get a bit of variety in this. Bring us, because he's like 100% nearly favourite to win the bloody gift card at the end of it. Anyway, who's actually winning the Bundesliga 2? Well, we'll take a look at it right here, right now. Well, here you go. Of course, to bring you back up to date with these once a month. And, of course, right here, right now, Narakem has a 10-point lead over Deepak the Great. Of course, Hansi Worst up there in, of course, 3rd spot. But, of course, who's going to catch Narakem? Can he be caught? Still a lot of points on the offering. And I'd say, realistically, the top 10 have an okay chance to do it. The rest have got to hope for something a little bit special to keep up the heat with Nanakem right now. That's the state of play there. Of course, you can keep up to date with this as it changes over the course of the month of February by becoming patrons. Of course, there'll be regular updates of the Liga board. But of course, if you're not a patron, you just have to wait and see at the end of it. So here you go then, boys. Here you bloody go. Getting amongst it. Free to enter /Bundesliga 2. And of course, be part of the project. Getting amongst it. So here we go then. Of course, match number 21 over in the Zweite Bundesliga. Kick it all off. We're going to start on Sunday, believe it or not, with Darmstadt up against Hamburg SV over at the Merck Stadion am Bollenfaktor. That's right, played 11 times, 2015. 4 wins for Darmstadt, 3 for Hamburg, 4 draws, of course. Darmstadt, of course, just losing once of the past 6 games, 75% form up against the Hamburg side. Also lost once of the past 6 games, 67% form for Hamburg right now. Coming at you, though, last round over in Darmstadt was a 2-1 win for Hamburg. That's back in December 2020. They also played this season in Hamburg. It was a 2-2 draw back in August. The funny stat on this one, the home side hasn't won this game ever. That's all, of course, all the way back to 2015 anyway. The home side hasn't won this game. There's been a couple of draws, but nothing going in favour of the hosts. Meanwhile, Darmstadt picked up 2-0 win over Ingolstadt. Hamburg picked up a 2-1 win over St. Pauli last time around. I do have basic odds. Well, actually pretty good odds on this one. 7-5 is your Darmstadt, 17-10 is your Hamburg, and 5-2 is your bloody draw on this one. I'm going to go with a win for Darmstadt here with the one who went to take it to the house. They are the favourites, of course, and the bookies' eyes anyway. Holstein Kiel taking on Düsseldorf also on Sunday, February the 6th. Played 11 times, 2004, 5 wins for Kiel, 2 wins for Düsseldorf, and 4 draws. This will be at the Holstein Stadion. Of course, Kiel coming to just one defeat the past 6 games, 67% form up against the Düsseldorf side, who have just won once at the past 6, 25% form right now. Last time around over in Holstein Kiel was a 2-1 win for Kiel back in October 2020. However, they also played this season in Düsseldorf as a 2-2 draw back in August. Kiel picked up a 2-1 win over Jahn Regensburg last time around. Düsseldorf did lose to Nürnberg last time around. And the odds on this one, we have Holstein Kiel 7-5 for the victory, 9-5 is your away win, and 23-10 is your draw on this. I think Holstein Kiel will get a point on this one. This difficult encounter that is Düsseldorf, you just don't know what you're going to get. Werder Bremen flying high, of course. They're going to be locking horns with Karlsruher on Saturday, February the 5th, of course, at the Verstadier Stadium. Played the 19 times since 1992, 7 wins for Bremen, 8 wins for Karlsruher, and 4 draws, of course. Bremen winning 5 of the bouts, 83% form right now up against the Karlsruher side, just lost once to the past 6, 58% form right now. Coming at you though, over in Bremen last time around, in competitive action was a 3-1 win for Karlsruher. That was all the way back to 2009, and of course Karlsruher with the W. They also played this season in Karlsruher. It was a 0-0 draw back in August as well. Meanwhile, Bremen did beat Paderborn 4-3, of course, coming into on the back of this. In fact, how many wins on the bouts? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wins on the bouts, and they've scored, get this, 4, 8, 12, 15, 18 goals in the past 5 games. Goodness gracious me. Meanwhile, Karlsruhe coming to this on the back of a 1-0 win over 18-6 in Munich over in the whatever they call it, the German Cup. That's right. Look at the odds on this one. We have Werder Bremen coming at you 13-8 on for the victory, 10-3 is your draw, 50-4 is your away win. That's Karlsruhe. Werder Bremen, the real contenders right here and now, I'd say so. Going to go with a 2-0 win for them on this one to take it to the house. Kicking on further, we have St. Pauli up against Paderborn. Of course, Paderborn in that no man's land right now. St. Pauli, of course, falling down the table at the moment. Played each other 23 times, 2003. 8 wins for St. Pauli, 11 wins for Paderborn, and 4 draws at the Milanatar Stadion. Of course, St. Pauli just 1 win in 5 for them, 50% form up against the Paderborn side. Just 1 win in 6, 25% form for them right now. Last time out over in St. Pauli was a 2-0 win for Paderborn back in March 2021. However, they also played this season in Paderborn. It was a 3-1 win for Paderborn as well. So Paderborn coming into this actually winning 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the spin, 6 on the 4 on the spin, sorry. 4 on the spin over St. Pauli. In fact, they've won 5 of the past 6. Goodness gracious me, in all competitions as well. Meanwhile, St. Pauli did lose to Hamburg last time around. Paderborn did lose to Werder Bremen last time around. Look at the odds on this one. 4-3 on is your St. Pauli, 3-1 is your away win. That's Paderborn. 3-1 is your draw. Do Paderborn have the mentals? Do they have the mental structure to outfox St. Pauli? That seems to have it on paper. I'm going to go with a 2-2 draw on this one. I think St. Pauli might have hit a bit of a rough patch in this season. Of course, they'll need to either sink or swim right now, don't they? Sandhausen taking on Erzgebirge Aue on the 5th of February as well, the BWT Stadion am Hartwald. Of course, played each other 21 times, these two sides, since 2008. 5 wins for Sandhausen, 10 wins for Erzgebirge Aue, 6 draws. Just 1 win in 6 there for Sandhausen, 33% form up against the Erzgebirge Aue side, who haven't won in at least 6 games, 8% form right now. Absolutely criminal stuff. Meanwhile, last time played each other in Sandhausen, it was a 4-1 win for Erzgebirge Aue back in November 2020. They also played each other this season in Erzgebirge Aue back in August. It was a 3-1 win for Sandhausen as well. Sandhausen did lose to Jahn Regensburg last time around. That was, of course, on the 16th of Jan. Meanwhile, Erzgebirge Aue also lost to Schalke 5-0. That was on the 22nd of Jan. Of course, look at the odds on this one then. We got Sandhausen 7-5, 7-4 is your Erzgebirge Aue, and 23-10 is your draw. Quite tight in the bookies. This one going to go into Sandhausen, but only just 1-0 win for them. On this one, it's the Battle of the H's. It's Heidenheim up against Hannover on the Friday, the February the 4th. All eyes on this one, maybe. Of course, at the Volti Arena, played 7 times, 2006, 3 wins for Heidenheim, 4 for Hannover, and 0 draws. Just 1 defeat the past 6 games for Heidenheim, 75% form. I'm the Hannover side, also one defeat the past 6, 75% form for them right now. Last time around, of course, over in Heidenheim, it was a 1-0 win for Heidenheim back in December 2020. Meanwhile, they played each other back in Hannover back in August. It was a 1-0 win for Hannover, of course. Meanwhile, coming at you, Heidenheim losing to Rostock back on the 22nd of Jahn. Hannover drawing with, did I say losing to Rostock? They drew with Rostock. Hannover also drew with Dresden last time around. But coming into this on 3 clean sheets on the spin in all competitions, including a 3-0 win over Gladbach. Of course, look at the odds on this one in the Battle of the H's. It's even Stevens to Heidenheim, 30-5 is your Hannover, and 12-5 is draw. Quite tight with the bookies. Going to go with a 2-1 win though for Heidenheim, going with them slightly as well. Kicking off forward is Schalke up against Jahn Regensburg over at, where is it playing? Over at the Veltins Arena. Of course, the played just the one time since 2021. Of course, it was in Regensburg, and it was a 1-0. It was a win for Regensburg. Schalke, they're coming to 67% form for them right now. Just one defeat the past 6 games up against the Regensburg side. Just 1 win and 33% form for them right now. That 1 win was back, of course, at the start of the season. Was the reverse fixture in Regensburg. It was a 4-1 win for Jahn Regensburg back in August. Schalke, they're picking up a 5-0 win at Erzgebirge Aue. Regensburg, they're losing to Kiel last time around. Look at the odds, though, for this one. 5-4 is your Schalke, 14-5 is your draw. 3-1 is your way win. That's Jahn Regensburg on this one. Going to go with Schalke, aren't we? 2-0 win for them to take to the house. Into the final 3 now is Dresden. Dynamo Dresden up against Hansa Rostock. This, of course, back on Sunday, February the 6th. Now, these two sides have played 13 times. 2006, 7 wins for Dresden, 1 for Rostock, 5 draws. Just 1 defeat the past 5 for Dresden. 50% form up against the Rostock side, who haven't won in the last 6 games. 17% form right now. However, they also played each other last time around in Dresden. It was a 0-0 draw back in April 2021. Also played each other at Rostock in August. It was a 3-1 win for Dresden. Stat here, though, for you. The last time the home side won in this game was way back in 2015 when Dresden beat Rostock over in Dresden. That was in the Dritte Bundesliga. Meanwhile, Dresden picked up a 0-0 draw against Hannover. Rostock picking up a 0-0 draw against Heidenheim. Look at the odds, though, on this one. 23-20 is your host. 9-4 is your draw. 11-5 is your way win. That is, of course, Hansa Rostock. Going to back Dresden on this one to get a point. 1-1 in the end to take it to the house. Into the final stretches now is Nürnberg against Ingolstadt over at the Max Morlock Stadion. Played each other 17 times since 2008. 7 wins at Nürnberg, 5 for Ingolstadt, and 5 draws. 3 wins of the past 6 games for Nürnberg. 50% form up against Ingolstadt, have just won once in 6. 25% form for them right now. Last time around, over in Nürnberg, it was a 2-0 win for Nürnberg back in July 2020. Of course, it was the Bundesliga relegation promotion playoffs. Meanwhile, they also played each other this season in Ingolstadt. It was a 0-0 draw in Ingolstadt. They did play a friendly, though, this season in October. It was a 7-0 win for Ingolstadt. Take from that from what you will. Meanwhile, Nürnberg picking up a 1-0 win over Düsseldorf. Ingolstadt did lose to Darmstadt last time around. On the odds, though, 11-8 is your Nürnberg. That's 11-8 on. 11-4 is your draw. 7-2 is your long shot. That's Ingolstadt. Going to go with a win for Nürnberg here. 2-0 win for them to take to the house. And then finally, absolutely bottom of the pops there, we have Karlsruher against Sandhausen. Is this an extra? I think this might be a Brucey bonus game. I think it's rolling into the extra fixture here. So give us a second here. So Karlsruher, it's not even on the fixture list. That's why I'm a little bit confused. Karlsruher will play double matches, of course, taking on Werder Bremen earlier in the week. Then I'll take on Sandhausen on the 8th of Feb. The Wild Park Stadion, of course. Played the 14 times these two sides, 2013, 6 wins for Karlsruhe, 3 for Sandhausen, and 5 draws. Like I said, Karlsruhe just 1 defeat past 6 games, 58% form. Up against the Sandhausen side, just 1 win in 6 for them, 33% form for them at the moment. Of course, last time around over in Karlsruhe, it was a 3-0 win for Karlsruhe back in October 2020. They also played each other back in Sandhausen back in August. It was a 0-0 draw as well. I do not have base. I don't have nothing. I've got no odds on this one, so it's going with my gut. My gut's going to go with a win for Karlsruhe here to get a point at the very least, to make it a bit of a shitty week for them, and also an okay week for Sandhausen, picking up 4 points out of a respectable 6. That's, of course, my pick for match number 21 and a Brucey bonus with Karlsruhe against Sandhausen. Get your picks in here, boys. Where it is, there it is, right here, right now. Get in amongst it, and of course, get your name in lights for next time around. Of course, we'll be back, of course, when, of course, the games return for match number 22 over in the Zweite Bundesliga. Of course, hopefully I'll see you then too. But till then, make sure you check out the links down below. I'm on Twitter, I'm on Twitch, I'm on Facebook, and I'm also on Patreon. But also, if you want to support the channel in another way and also become a face of the place or behind the scenes or something like that, I'm looking for Zweite Bundesliga experts, whatever it is. If you want to become a content creator, and of course part of the Avengers here, Team Avengers, get in amongst it. Let me know down below in the comments section, or better still, follow me on Twitter, of course, to see if you can join the gang as well. Until then, guys, thanks for watching. Until then, I'll see you soon for the next.